All right. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think should be everyone can be can hear what my voice. Okay. Right. Thanks to thanks for everybody that's joined my meeting again. All right. Let's see some movies. Okay. So how's everybody team building for the past few days? I hope everybody are getting better and better. All right. So before we start our meeting, just to remind everybody how to verify the supports. Okay, because currently there are lots of scammer that every day stay in the English community and then trying to use some fake account to ask some stupid questions, and then they hope that people will answer them, and then they will take another account to message them to pretend they are the customer support, they are the ambassador, all these shits. All right. So now here, this is how we're going to verify the person is the real account or not. All right. So when you copy and paste the username and then you request the verifications. If you get this, that means that a person is the real person, all right? The real official from the BitNest. If you get this verification fail, means that that person is a scammer, all right? So just take a look on how people do it.
Verify BitNest customer team support. So just click on let's click on join community. So right here, you see verify customer support. So I'll go to Telegram, the BitNest official Telegram group. So we use the platform manager. Copy the username, go back, paste the username here, click on verification. Successful. So it's a real BitNest customer or team. So with this, you're going to verify real customer service representative that is part of BitNest.
Okay, so I think that should be clear, all right? So don't get cheat anymore, all right? Make sure you talk to the right person, right group. And make sure you read the group message every day. It will help. All right. So let's go to the topic for today. Wait. Before I go into this, I want to show you all another things. First, okay. All right. Let me show you all this. Okay. Let me Right. Let's take a look on this. The Nigeria offline meeting for the past, I think it happens past 2 weeks.
BitNest has come to make our lives better. It has come to make lives easy for every one of us.
Can study business and understand everything about it, then you will know where blockchain is heading to.
If I have not joined business, I'm sure I will be here standing talking to you like this. In fact, if you don't join BitNest now, you will regret tomorrow. It took 15 world developers to come together to create this so as to make life easy for people. So if you're there listening to me, please join BitNest now.
BitNest was designed to take away from poverty. What BitNest does is that it gives you opportunity not just to be an investor, but for you to also be an entrepreneur. BitNest is in more than 200 nations. I want to welcome you into your journey of wealth through BitNest.
The Web3 technology in display, something that can actually elevate the standard of living of any individual to the next level.
The way and all property. Only the great in business is when you join it. That's the only difference. So please, the real wealth is in Web 3, not in Web 2. And BitNest is leading the way. And that is what we'll be introduced to you today.
The journey with BitNest is a wonderful one. Something I will really encourage anybody to dive into.
All right. So that was very successful offline meetings. Okay. Right. Let's go back to here. Wait. Okay. So let's start the session for today. Right. Ifwan, hello. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. All right. I remember you. Okay. So that's the topic for today. All right. We have the BitNest global visions and future trend. So in the topic, we will cover this why we must talk about the BitNest and the future for today, and the financial trends and the missions, all right, and everything. Right. So hello everyone. Today's topic is BitNest global missions and future trends. Okay. I choose to place this theme at the very beginning of the October because we are standing at a crucial turning points in the global financial landscape. Right. A moment where opportunities and risk coexist, and BitNest is precisely the gateway through which ordinary people can seize these transformations, right? And then, so why is it today? Okay, why? Right? So if we look back at the financial developments of the past 3 decades, right, we can see a clear pattern. Okay, if you notice that every major financial wave has redefined the distribution of wealth, right? So in the 1980s to 1990s, the rise of the stock markets and mutual funds create the first generation of the financially free individuals. And then after that, after year 2000s, the boom of the internet and e-commerce gave rise to another wave of entrepreneurs and investors who seized the platform opportunities. And then after 2010, the emergence of Bitcoins and blockchains gave ordinary people, for the first time, a real chance to stand on the same starting line as institutions. All right. But unfortunately, most people either did not understand it or did not seize the opportunity or gave up halfway. So today, when we talk about BitNets, we are actually addressing one crucial questions. The next wave of wealth has already arrived. So can normal people still cash it or not. All right. So why do we say today is a turning point? Okay. So because global finance is undergoing three overlapping transformations. First, geopolitical turmoil and the trend of the dollarizations. All right. So for the past 70 years, the US dollar has dominated the global settlement system. So from 2022 to 2024, the wave of the dollarization has accelerated. All right. The BRICS country are pushing for local currency settlements. Southeast Asia is also exploring the regional payment system. And even the Europe Union is researching the digital euro. Okay. So for a lot of normal people, this means that cross-border payments and wealth preservance will increasingly depend on decentralized financial tools rather than any single country currency, right? And then the second point is the, the accelerations of technology revolutions, okay? AI, big data, blockchain, and the internet. So things are converging. So AI provides the intelligent decision makings and automations, while blockchain offer a trusted ledger and value transfer. Right. So in the coming decades, the logic of financial operations will no longer rely on traditional banks counter operated by humans, but rather on bots, algorithms, and smart contracts. Okay. So BitNest is in fact a microsome of this grand trend. Okay, it replaced humans intermediaries with smart contract. Okay, and vacuum verbal promises with transparent on-chain data. Right, and also this number third is the compliance and institutions. All right. So in the past, DeFi gave the impression of like wild growth with risk and opportunity coexist in the same time. But today, the wave of compliance is reshaping the landscape, right? The Euro, MiCA regulations and Hong Kong virtual asset license and the open policy of Singapore and the UAE, Middle East all prove one fact. Decentralized finance is being institutionally accepted. All right. So for normal people, this means that the fear of rug pull, Ponzi scheme, and collapse will gradually fade, while safe, transparent, and sustainable project will dominate the mainstream. Right? Okay. Okay. Let's look at this. The opportunity window for normal people. All right. So why do I emphasize normal people like you and me? So because institutions always have the advantages. Like what? Institution control capital, informations, channel, and they can position themselves in advance, right? While ordinary people like us often only realize the trend after it becomes obvious, right? You enter late, chasing high, right? Ending up as the back holder or all this, okay? So this time, BitNest have given ordinary people a historic opportunity window, okay? By what? Low threshold. You only need 100 USDT to get started. No longer require 10,000 or 100,000 as entry tickets, right? And then transparent rules. All logic is written into the smart contract. No dependent on anyone's promises, right? So the replicable mechanism. The 17-level sharing system turned educations and promotion into a structural bonus rather than a personal extortion, right? So in other words, in the past, financial markets were always a game of institutions, right? So as a normal people, we just as a bystander, all right? But today, BitNest allows normal people for the first time become a participant, beneficiary, and even driver of the system. Okay. So many people may ask why BitNest and not other platform. Okay. So here I will give you three perspectives. First is the structure inevitability. So the essence of finance is the matching and utilization of capital, right? So BitNet's model transform capital into leasing rather than a high-risk lending. Okay, this is a structural innovations. Okay, and then also a compliance inevitable. So from the very beginnings, BitNet passed these certain reports. All right, certain reports is one of the world top audit company. All right, so renounce contract ownerships and build mechanisms that are verifiable and compliance. Okay, so when the wave of compliance arrive, business will not be forced to change because but will stand as naturally compliance, right? And then the third will be the ecological inevitability. So business is not just an investment product, okay? It has the MAC tokens, the future BNC public change, the DAO governance, and also the USDM stable coins. All right. So its goal is to become a global decentralized bank, not a short-term arbitrage project. All right. So because of that, this is not someone's project, but the natural result of the era trends. So friends, if you understand the point above, you'll be able to see that the global financial landscape is being reshaped. All right. And the opportunity window will last only 3 to 5 years. Okay. If you come late, sorry, you cannot grab it. So the wave of the compliance is coming, and in the future, only transparent and healthy models will remain. Right? Business mission is to give a normal people for the first time and equal opportunity in this wave. Okay, so in the next section, we will take a deeper look at the global financial megatrends and how business position itself with them. All right, helping the normal people transform from bystander into participants and even to a leaders. Right, so let's look at the next slides. Okay, let's look at the chapter 2. All right. So just now we already discussed how today world is at a triple layer financial turning points. So to better understanding business visions and future, we must first gain clarity on the global financial megatrends, and trends define directions, and only when the direction is right will effort have meanings. If the direction is wrong, all efforts will be in vain. All right. So first, the limitation of inequalities of financial finance. Okay. So for the decades, global finance has been most entirely controlled by all these centralized institutions. Right. So on the surface, they provide safety, efficient, but in reality, normal people have almost no fair opportunity. All right. Why? Because of like high barriers. Okay. Enter capital market requires lots of procedures, credit checks, restrictions. A young person in a developing country may be excluded from the financial service simply because they cannot provide stable income proof. All right. And then also high costs. So according to World Bank data 2022, the average cost of cross-border remittance is around 6.5%. Right. So this means that if a migrant worker send home $1,000, nearly $65 may be deducted. All right. Okay. So if you transferring by Bitcoins or USDT on chain, you often cost you less than $1. Okay. So can you see what's the difference? Okay. And then the next will be this unequal informations. So institution in Wall Street, or the city of London always know market trend earlier than normal people. So in many cases, the news that normal people can see is simply the aftermath of positions institutions have already taken. So as a result, the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, right? So even when the normal people enter the financial market, they often end up being the last holder of the risk, okay? So now let's look at the revolutionary breakthrough of blockchain and DeFi. Why? Okay. So in 2009, Bitcoin was born, right? So for the first time, people realized that finance could operate without relying on banks. So a decade later, DeFi emerged, turning permissionless, borderless, peer-to-peer finance into reality. All right. The revolutionary aspect of DeFi lies in what anyone's with just a smartphone and wallets can participate in the global financial cycle, right? So all rules are written into smart contracts, open, transparent, so without depending on anyone promises. And the capital flow move faster than in the traditional finance, operating 24 hours for 7 days across border without any interruptions, right? So in recent years, all these global institutions like the IMF and the World Bank have frequently highlighting the potential of digital currency and the fee, right? So in its reports, the IMF note that over 114 countries are researching central bank digital currency, all right, with 11 already in the implementation stage. So other than that, the World Bank believes that digital currency can significantly reduce the cost of cross-border payments and expand the coverage of financial inclusion. All right. So based on this point, you can see that digital and decentralized finance is no longer a marginal topic. It has become a mainstream agenda. All right. So the concern of normal people will digital currency be banned or not? So a lot of people go asking, but it's gradually fading because mainstream financial institutions are moving towards an acceptance. All right. So in other words, regulation and institutions are not the end of the digital finance, but rather the beginning of its legalizations. All right. So in the past 2 years, we have seen three landmarks move towards global compliance. First, the Euro MiCA regulations, the first united regulatory framework for crypto assets, clearly defining the rules for tokens issuance, stable coins, and trading platforms, right? And then the second, the Hong Kong's open up crypto asset license and allowing retail investor to legally trade digital assets, right? Then the Singapore is and the UAE actively encouraging the Web3 and DeFi entrepreneurships with a number of projects being launched. All right. So with this kind of compliance, you can see that non-compliant project will be eliminated, right? And rug pull and Ponzi scheme will be lose their space for survive, all right? Getting harder and harder, right? So for compliance, transparency, and demands-driven projects will become the main players in the next 3 to 5 years, all right? So BitNest structure, capital listings, auditings, all right, and permissioners is naturally aligned with global compliance logic, right? So this is the key reason why it will be among those left standing, right? So many people will ask, is BitNest a capital leasing model or just a fabricated story? Of course, the answer is no. I always explain it with the outcome. So behind it lies with a massive global financial leasing market. So if you go and check, according to 2023 statistic, the global financial leasing market has exceeded $1.4 trillion in size. So among these, the Asia Pacific region is growing the fastest, with China, with India, Southeast Asia, all rapidly expanding, right? So the essence of the Leasing logic is simply enterprises or institutions pay a usage fee for access to funds for equipment rather than into a debt relationship. All right. So BitNest loop model essentially brings this mature leasing logic into this blockchain using smart contract to directly match ordinary people funds, institutional liquidity demands, and generate the real yield. All right. So this is always what I said that why business is not a Ponzi scheme. All right. BitNest institution pay legal fees. All right. In BitNest, all the people come to borrowing is the institution. They pay the leasing fees. Right. Investor earn returns. Okay. And all verifiable on change. All right. Okay. Let's look at the next chapter, next parts. Okay. About the BitNest missions. So just now we already discussed the global trends and limitations of the traditional finance. So what is the foundation purpose of BitNet's existence? The answer is to give is very simple. Okay. To normal people for the first time, a fair opportunity within the global financial landscape. All right. So the first, why emphasize all these ordinary people? For this, hold on, for this jewel trade, do these people, do this project have sufficient security? And what is the evidence? All right, I will just show you. First thing, this is the CERTIC report, okay? This is the CERTIC report. This CERTIC is one of the world top audit firm, all right? And you don't tell me this doesn't mean anything, okay? So all the findings are here, all right? And if you come to here, when you read about the findings, the best part is this. How to prove it, this is a decentralized. So if you have time, you can come and read it by yourself, but I will just tell you on this. Okay? Renouncing the ownership or removing the function can be considered fully resolved. Renounce the ownership and never claim back the privilege roles. All right, that means that the owner already renounced the ownership of the project and the smart contract. Means that the smart contract are not controlled by the creator or by the owner. It runs itself. All right. As long as it's internet, this smart contract will run forever. Okay. And you also can go to this Defi also. Right, just take a look on the next. Five to succeed. I think there's something wrong on this. Never mind, never mind. Okay, and you also can go to this. Okay, you can take a look. Okay, you can take a look. Right, but the best part is this. Okay, the most presentable is this, the audio reports. Okay, audio. I can tell you, I can say that 100% of your previous project that you joined before never had this audio reports. So that's why you all get scammed, right? You don't compare the scam project with BitNest. It's totally two different category, right? Okay, just continue with this. Okay, why emphasize on normal people? Okay, so the essence of finance is the distribution of resources. Whoever control resources, you control the wealth, right? So in the past few decades, almost all financial resources have been controlled in, in the hands of few institutions. All right, they have the channel giving early access to IPOs and priority in the markets. So they have all the capital borrowing and extremely low interest rates, while normal people are burned with high interest rate loans, right? So as a result, all these institutions become bigger, okay? And normal people we cannot do anything. Okay. So BitNest come with these triple missions: educations, inclusion, and compliance. All right. So in BitNest, you will find something very strange, or maybe in the first time, is BitNest always educate people, or educate their members how to understand more, read more. All right, especially on the how to differentiate the genuine platforms and the non-genuines. In BitNet, everybody teach you about a lot of useful knowledge, all right? Not like others, like only call you to put in more money, that's it. You wait, then the money will come. All right? Money will not drop from the sky, okay? The more knowledge you have, the farther you can go, okay? Right? Especially this, okay, this BitNest 17 level commission mechanisms. So in essence, it's a form of educated dividends. When you teach others how BitNest work and help them to set up their wallets and give them and help them to make the first investment, you will receive a long-term commissions. All right. So this transform educations from being an unpaid effort into a rewarded actions. So at the same time, the entire ecosystem gain the ability to self-replicate and self-expand, right? And then also, business also lower the threshold to just 100 USDT, all right? So anyone with only one smartphones and one wallet can enter the global financial cycle, all right? No connections, no advanced degree, no large capitals are required, okay? So this is the true meaning of financial inclusions, okay? Okay, again, okay, this a lot, you have a lot of project will disappear after 6 to 8 months, I can tell you. Business already been in the market for close to 2 years, okay? A lot of people here have been with us for more than 15 months, 13 months, 14 months, all right? So that is the best proof that BitNet is not those 6 to 8 month project, all right? If you're so tired on that, first thing, actually, I just told, if you put time to study and do research, then you will know what I'm talking. You will know what I'm talking, okay? If you want me to have a solid evidence to proven to you on paper how business will survive after 6 months and 1 year, I think this is impossible because why? Just like, can you prove to me that next year we will still alive or not? Cannot, all right? But why we can so confidently business will last long? With knowledge, with brains, because we study, we know, we study, we know what we are doing, we know what business are doing, not just simply listen to people. Right? Okay? Business has been with us close to 2 years. I have been doing Zoom meeting for more than 15 months. Okay? So that's why I can say that business is something that you never met. All right? Okay, just come back to mine. Okay, so the prototype of the decentralized bank, okay, as I told. So BitNet it's just like a crypto bank, all right? Okay, so a lot of people regard BitNet as financial tools, all right? So this seriously underestimate emissions, okay? The BitNet true direction is to gradually evolve into a global decentralized bank. For example, saving box equivalent to a saving account. Provide user with a stable returns, okay? And loops equal to a capital leasing business, directly matching ideal funds with institution demands. And is coins tokens equivalent to a bank reserve currency, right? Serving both as a medium of payments as the fuel of the ecosystem. And this 17 level commission mechanism equivalent to a bank's marketing and distribution network. But here, it is entirely decentralized and community driven. All right. And all rules are okay, and everything are written on the smart contract. All right. And then the essence of this mission is to ensure all the ordinary people are not merely user, but also shareholder and beneficiary of a decentralized bank. All right. So maybe we'll ask, okay, this mission sounds great, okay, but why BitNest can truly achieve it? All right, let me answer this. Actually, this question is quite similar with this guy, Joel Clare, how to you want to prove BitNest will still survive. All right. Okay. The first thing is the smart contract. Okay. All funds are fully managed on change. Right. Returns are distributed automatically, and rules cannot be tampered with. Right. Trust is built on codes. It's not personal promises. Right. And then the real demands. Returns come from institutional liquidity needs. All right. Leasing fee plus the transaction fees. Okay. So it's not a fabricated money games. And the compliance endorsements. The certain report has confirmed BitNet security. Okay. Listen. The certain audit has confirmed BitNet security. And on-chain verifications ensure that everyone can be supervised. All right. The next will be the ecological expansions. So with the launch of the NEC token, the upcoming BNC public change and DAO governance, BitNest will not remain a single product, but also continue to expand. So this vision, not just empty words. This is the inevitable result of mechanism, logic, and institution guarantee. All right. So I still remember 1 year ago, people already talking how you prove this project will not close in another 3 months to 6 months. Well, up to today, I already do Zoom meeting for 15 months or even more. We are still here. BitNet is still here and growing is good and it's growing bigger and bigger. So that is the best proof already. All right. Okay. Right. So let's talk about into these 4 key aspects: saving box, loop listings, MEC tokens, and the 17 level commission model. All right. So what is saving box? Okay, a stable entry point for everyone. Okay, it's a stable entry point for everyone. All right. With just like 100 USD, you can start everything. Okay. And then with this daily 0.4%, because why you need to start $100? Actually, you can start with lowest. Okay, you start with lowest, but if you invest with $100, you will eligible for this 17 level commissions. All right, and then for the loop is a capital logic driven by the real demands. Okay. Right. Okay. And also the MEC coins, all right, MEC coins. So a lot actually in many platforms design their tokens, as a coins, useless coin, only for these speculations. All right. But the MEC actually is totally different. All right. MEC is BitNest functional utility tokens, right? Carrying 3 core roles: payment tools, governance, tokens, and incentive mechanism also, all right? Especially the incentive reward for promotions, educations, and long-term contributions, all right? Okay. So when we put these 4 mechanisms together, we can see they form a complete closed loop, okay? Everything are close related. Okay, saving box attract ordinary people to get started. Okay, providing low barriers, stable incomes, and loop connect capital to real demands, creating a long-term and sustainable returns. And MEC expand the platform into an ecosystem, all right, forming a long-term value anchor. And this 17-level commissions is turned education into a driving force, right? Enabling a community replication and expansions, all right? 7 box is the entry point. Loop is the engine. MEC is the fuel. And this 17-level commission is the amplifier, all right? So together, these 4 mechanisms from BitNest deliver a system that's transparent, compliance, and replicable decentralized financial ecosystem. Okay? So BitNest 4 mechanisms respectively solve the 4 questions, like what? Like how normal people enter, and how can the return guarantee as real, and how long growth can be ensured, and how can the community replicate itself. All right? Okay. So here we can see that, all right, when you look at the future trends in global finance, okay, actually it's quite related with the BitNets. Because why? Okay, so in the next 3 to 5 years, global finance will evolve around 3 major directions, okay? The accelerations of compliance, all right? The Euro MiCA regulations have officially come into effect, all right? Marking the beginning of a unified global regulation phase. Hong Kong, Singapore, UAE are competing for the position of crypto financial hubs, and the regulatory battle between the US SEC and CFTC will eventually reach clarity also. So regulations is not suppressing, it's the beginning of the legalizations, right? Digital asset will become the mainstream, all right? So the World Bank predict that by 2030, over 60% of cross-border payments will be linked to digital currency or blockchain infrastructure. All right. So BitNet is not passively following this trend, but this is proactively embracing items. Okay. Its strategy position operate on 3 levels. Okay. In short term, 1 to 2 years become the safe entry point for global user, which is now. Okay, saving blocks plus loop provide ordinary people with stable and real yield channel. And through certain reports and on change transparency, it eliminate concern of rug pull or Ponzi scheme. Okay, and then in the mid-year 3 to 5 years, right, building a complete ecosystem. Okay. So MEC tokening will gradually be applied in payments, governance, and incentive, and the ecosystem will expand to exchanges, cross-chain bridge, and everything. All right. And in terms of the long term, 5 to 10 years, you're evolving into a decentralized bank, right? So the BNC public chain will launch, becoming the center of both profit sharing and governance, right? So DAO governance will be realized, transforming BitNest from a platform into a financial institutions, right? So BitNest is not just a product. So it is an alternative to financial institutions, all right? Okay. Okay, let's look at this. We want to go on this. All right. So this is what the dilemma of normal people. Okay. So the entire design of business is to give normal people for the first time a fair opportunity in the global financial landscape. All right. So for a long time, normal people has been trapped into all these problems, lack of capital, lack of knowledge. Okay. lack of opportunity. Okay. So what is the business solutions? First, capital constraint. Start with just 100 USDD and compound turn small capital into large wealth, right? And then the knowledge constraints. Transparent contract and clear logic make it easy to understand and use, right? And the opportunity constraints through loop leasings, normal people can stand on the same track as institutions, all right? So BitNest transformed opportunity once reserved for the few into share wealth for the many, all right? And why it must be now? We have to be joining now, all right? First, time and compounding, right? Starting one day earlier is an advantageous, all right? Starting 1 year later create an enormous gap, all right? And this compliance window, the world is moving into a regulatory institutionalizations. So today is the golden window of high return plus flexible environments, okay? So comparison with other model like Ponzi scheme, collapse, bank interest rate too low, centralized exchanges carry custodial risk. Business is built on real leasing demands, okay? Transparent contract and audited security. It's a truly reliable long-term wealth system, all right? Okay, wait. Honestly, I'm impressed by it, but I'm afraid. All right, but I think that if you are so afraid, then you just okay, first thing you have to know why previously you get scammed because you don't understand everything. You only listen to people. All right. You don't understand, you don't know how the whole platform work. All right. You don't know how the platform work. And I can guarantee that platform is 100% is a centralized platform. That's the problem, and that's your problem. All right. So if you're afraid, so afraid, then you can keep the money in the bank, you know, you don't need to come here and tell everybody you are afraid. Then don't join. That's it. Okay. If you don't want to learn, but you still keep on afraid, then why you're here? If everybody here is come to learn, okay? Learn and move forwards, not to everyday scale by your nightmare. All right. So this is your final choice, okay? This is your final choice, all right? The coolest rarity in the financial world is this. Missing out means a permanent gap, all right? Today, you are already here, okay? Last time, you missed Bitcoins, okay? And you missed a million-fold growth. After that, you miss Ethereum, and you miss the daily dividends. And today, BitNet is the window right in front of you. If you join today, if you join now, 3 years from now, you will either thanks for yourself for grab this opportunity, or you will regret for hesitations. All right. 1.5 years ago, I already said it. All right. And a lot of people that can maintain from last time until now, they're already making good money. They already have a team of few hundred or thousands of people. That's it. Okay. So the path of business offer normal people is very clear. Today is 7 block plus load, build your cash flow. And tomorrow, NEC plus team duplications equal to amplified wealth. All right. So action start now. This is the most important step between you and your future. All right. Nobody will force you. All right. I will just, what we can do is we educate you. All right. Teach you how to differentiate, how to check all the data, how to differentiate the legitimacy of the project. All right. So this is what we can do. All right. Okay. So that's all for my section that I'm going to share with you all right. So up to here, is there anybody have any question to ask or anything want to share with us? Hello? Hello? Yes, Iloha? Please share your opinion since 1.5 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I've said this several times. I think uh, 1 year ago, when we were doing Zoom meeting, a lot of people didn't see meeting with last single business in that
Hello,
project.
Ilaha?
Yes.
Yes. Can you give some advice to this Joe Clare that's he was cheated by previous project, he don't know this project can last long or not. Maybe I think you already be with us for so long, maybe you
Yeah.
can give some suggestions.
Okay. Just like you said, anybody that has been cheated with other projects is because you didn't do your due diligence to look at the project, because probably that project is a centralized project. At least the owner of this project controls the affair of the project. Hello?
Yes.
So before you continue in business, I would like that person to learn more about business, learn more, take time to learn more. Why is business different from every other project you have done? If you can understand this, then you will build your level of confidence and you will go far in this project. But the moment you decide to hesitate to learn, you begin to compare business with other projects that are all the same, which is not true. So my advice for that person is to learn more about business. Why is it different from other projects in terms of security, in terms of transparency, and the on-chain analysis and all that. Everything is there for you to learn more about business. If you learn this, you will go far, because 1 year ago, I did a lot of research. I remember your Zoom meeting started last year, July, and we are already October. You can see that it's over going to 15 months. And a lot of people still doubt in this student. So that person, if you are still having a little of that in your mind, just take time and learn about the project. Take time and learn at least 30 minutes a day and learn every aspect of the project. Then your level of confidence will be strong. And this is how you can make most of the project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I mean, is last time I think he was graduate from school, not yet work. He don't have job yet. He not even have $100, but he worked hard on it. He worked hard on it. After close to 15 months, he already built a team of few hundred people, and this money income is so good, all right? So you can still wait and see, right, for another 6 to 8 months again, okay? If you worried, okay? If you worried, but I can tell you that BitNest have been running for so long, okay? So if you still want to waste your time to observe, up to you, right? But what I suggest to you is do research and learn by yourself. Don't simply listen to people, right? A lot of people they think that they have a lot of experience in crypto. No, no. Even they have been doing this signal trading for the 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Also, that is rubbish. All right, you don't learn anything. You cannot learn anything from there. All right, you not even know what is decentralized. You not even know how to check the funds flow. All right, you not even know how to check the circuit reports. You learn nothing. Okay, it's just like when you trade do the trading with all this signal, actually it's like gamble only. Okay, your experience is not on the crypto. Your experience is gambling for the past 5 to 10 years. Okay, right? So why don't you come to BitNet, all right, to get a secure income and build your team, right? And actually, there are already many success example in the BitNet. You can come to here to ask for it. You can go to the English community group and ask, wait, there are a lot of people that have been business for years, 1 year, 2 years, right? You can ask them, okay? Stop going, only listen people, all right? Everybody willing to teach you how to differentiate. And all this account, certificate, DeFi is third party organization scanner that nothing to do with BitNest, all right? So from there, from all this scanner research and audits, this is presentable. All right. Okay. So I think then that's all for my today presentations. All right. I hope that's everybody will learn and gain what you want. All right. Thanks for everything. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.